Hi everyone, so going to go through some of the problem solving questions with three sets when we have an unknown value. So for some questions they'll give you most of the information that you need, but they'll leave the information out for one part. So you have to find what that value is and use that then to find the values for the rest of them. So these can be the trickiest of the sets questions because it brings some algebra into it then as well, because we're going to assign x to our unknown value. So let's have a look at this question here, where they tell us there are 86 students taking a language. So those 86 students are going to be our universal set. There's French, German, and Spanish. So they will be our three sets. So they tell us 57 people take French. They give us no further information about that. So that means that's the total for that set. 42 people take Spanish. Take German. So that's the total for that set, because they give us no further information about it. And 31 take Spanish. So that's the total for that set, because again, they haven't given us any further information. They tell us that 25 take French and German. They tell us 17 take French and Spanish. And they tell us 5 take German and Spanish. So now they want us to find how many people take all three languages, but they haven't given us any information about it. So let's start to fill in what we can into our Venn diagram. So we have our universal set up here, which we know is 86 in total. So we have French, we have German, and we have Spanish. So we know this in total is 25. This in total is 42. And this in total is 31. So the problem here is that, if you remember, the first thing that we always try to fill into a Venn diagram is the very middle intersection. So where all three sets will intersect. But the problem here is we actually don't know what that value is. So we're going to call this x. So let's look up then to the values that we have. So if we know 25 people study French and German, so remember that will give us this entire section here up at the top. There are 25 people in total in that section. So if you think, if we looked at that section there, if there was 5 people here, we'd have no problem saying that there were 20 people here, because we know to get this section, you would subtract the middle intersection from the total for that section. So we're going to do the same here with our x. We know that these two parts together have to add up to 25. So if this part down here is x, then that means up here it has to be 25 minus x, because we're subtracting the middle intersection from the total of that intersection. So that's that part. Looking to the left, where we have 17 people in total study French and Spanish, so that would be this entire section here. All of this has to add up to 17. We have the middle section being described as x. So when we have the middle section, we subtract it from the total of the intersection to find the part on the outside by itself. So since that middle intersection is x, if we subtract x from 17, that gives us 17 minus x. And for the part on the right, so they tell us 5 people in total study German and Spanish. So everything in here is going to add up to 5. So if we have x in the middle section, we subtract that from the total to find the part on the right by itself. So since that is x, that makes this here 5 minus x. So we filled in everything there as much as we can So now we have to try to find the values that go into these three sections here. So these parts can be a little bit tougher to look at. But if you look, say take French, we know that in French there are 25 people in total. So that means everybody here, here, and here, they all have to add up to 25. So let's look at what we have so far, because that's what we've always done when we're trying to find this section here, the part that's by itself. When we've been looking for that, we've gone and added up, we've added up the rest of it and taken that away from the 25. So this is how much there is in total. So far we have 25 minus x plus 17 minus x. So that will bring us to 42 for our numbers. And then look at our x's. We have minus x plus x, which will cancel and bring us to 0. So we have 42 minus x. That's what we have so far. And now we have to... Oh, that's not meant to be 25 up there. Sorry, that's meant to be 57. I was thinking that was too small. So now we have to subtract 57. So we have to subtract that from 57. So it's really important in this case, put a bracket around the value here first before you go to subtract it. Because otherwise mistakes will be made with signs and you'll get an incorrect answer. So let's remove the brackets first of all. So 57 minus 42, but then we have a minus x. So that would give us plus x. So 57 minus 42, that means in here we have 15 plus x. So if you were to add up those four parts here in that circle, that will bring you to 57. Let's have a look at German. German in total, there are 42 people. So far, we have 25 minus x plus 5 minus x, which gives us in total 30. A minus x and a plus x will cancel, so 30 minus x. To find what's in the part in the set by itself, we subtract what we found from the total of that set. So that will give you 42 minus times 30 is minus 30. Minus times minus x is plus x. So that will give you 12 plus x. And that goes up here. If we look then at Spanish, so Spanish in total has 31 people. So far we have 17 minus x plus 5 minus x. So that will give us 22. A minus x and a plus x cancel. So that would give us 22 minus x. To get the part in the set by itself, you subtract the answer that you've got from the total of the set. So we have 31 minus by 22 is minus 22. Minus by minus x is plus x. So 31 minus 22 is 9. So it's 9 plus x. So we know from the question that they study at least one of the languages. So that means that there is nothing in the universal set but outside the sets. So that means that everything that we have here is going to add up to 86. So to find the universal set, you add up every single section within your universal set, so within the sets, and that will equal to the total of the universal set. So we have 15 plus x plus 25 minus x plus 17 minus x. So that's everything so far in the French circle. Then over to the German circle, the parts that we haven't looked at. 12 plus x plus 5 minus x. And then that 9 plus x from the bottom of the Spanish circle. And this will equal in the end to 86, which is our universal set. So standard algebra, add up your numbers, add up your x's. So we have 15, 25, 17, 12, 5 and 9. That will bring you to 83. And then we have a plus x minus x, so they will cancel. A plus x minus x, they will cancel. A plus x minus x, they will cancel. And a plus x. So I have 83 plus x is equal to 86. To find what x is, we need to get rid of this 83, so subtract 83 from both sides. So in the end, we get x is equal to 3. So that means there are 3 people that study all 3 languages. So you could go back in the end and fill in the parts. Here I would advise leave the x's there, but you can write in there as well. Let's say this is 3. For this part here, we have 5 minus x, so 5 minus 3 is 2. 9 plus x, so 9 plus 3 will give you 12. 17 minus x, so 17 minus 3 is 14. 15 plus x, so 15 plus 3 is 18. 25 minus x, so 25 minus 3 is 22. And 12 plus x, so 12 plus 3 is 15. So if you were to add up the red numbers, if you add up all of them, they will equal to 86. If you add up the red numbers from the French circle, they'll equal 27. The red numbers from the German section, they'll equal 42. And the red numbers from the Spanish section, they will equal 31. So these questions can be tricky. But if you try a question and if you get stuck, just come back and have another look at this.